Hey, my name's Father John Burns, and just like to talk a little bit about the stage of discipleship or conversion when we begin to acknowledge that our lives are supposed to bear fruit. When you think about fruit trees in the world, the point of the fruit that is born is to give nourishment and even enjoyment to God's creatures. And the disciple is called to be fruitful, to bear fruit, that the seeds of the word that are planted in the believer's heart are meant to grow into a particular type of plant, if you will, to stick with the image, that is meant to bear a fruit that is to be shared, that is to bring nourishment and peace and love and joy and knowledge of God into the world. Once the believer is awakened to that initial invitation to allow the word of God to grow in their heart and to eventually move outward with that word and bear some fruit, it's really the life of prayer, getting to know the Lord and communicate freely and openly by dialogue, listening as much as speaking, and also the sacramental life that nurtures that ultimate fruitfulness that the believer is called to. And the sacraments themselves are endlessly rich mysteries. We can never fully understand exactly the full depth of what God does in each of the sacraments, but they're truly like divine touch points, you know, when God reaches down out of eternity and infinity and into his creation to touch our hearts, to touch our lives, and to change them. That every sacramental encounter with the Lord is a moment of receiving the life of God. And when God gives us his life, it's to bring us to a fuller life. It's to nudge us in the direction of greater fullness and ultimately fruitfulness. And so if we could awaken our hearts to that reality, that we've been baptized into this powerful life of God, and that he is reaching out to us from on high constantly by the Eucharist, by reconciliation, by the sacraments of healing, the sacraments of state and life, holy orders or holy matrimony, that the Lord is reaching down into our lives to change them, and that he wants to keep changing our lives. This metanoia, this ultimate conversion that we're called to, is ultimately the most exciting thing that we could imagine, because it's God becoming profoundly involved in our lives to help us to be more like him, to help us to imitate that way that Christ laid out for us, which is to love God with everything we have, and to love our neighbor exactly as we would love ourselves, and then to go and make disciples. I mean, the basics of Christ's invitation are so simple, and God has given us everything we need to live that out, especially as we open our hearts in prayer, conversation with God, and as we allow God to touch our souls and change them through the grace of the sacraments.